The Lakers edged out a win in the highly anticipated play-in game against the Golden State Warriors. But how does this affect the way you see LA in the postseason? I'm Madeline Burke for Sports Illustrated here with SI's Michael Pina and Ben Pickman. And Ben, I'll start with you here. After watching the way the Lakers had to battle back and win this game against Golden State, do you feel more or less confident in the Lakers as repeat contenders?
I feel less confident in their chances to repeat. And it starts with the injury and the health concerns of LeBron and Anthony Davis. Every time LeBron hit the floor against the Warriors, I felt a little bit like I felt in years past when Joel Embiid hit the floor. And you think, oh no, is he seriously hurt again? Is he going to have to leave the game? What are the ramifications of this potential fall? And I did feel that in the playing game. Of course, he powered through and he played great and he hit that big three with a minute to go that sent them into the postseason. But nevertheless, those concerns I think are still there, and the lack of explosiveness in the first half was pretty glaring. And you look at the Lakers, defense again, not really a concern. They were the league's best team in terms of defensive rating in the regular season, and we saw a really stout effort against the Warriors as well. But still, there are questions about how they're going to generate offense. There's questions about some of their depth pieces, right? We saw the guard rotation and how Wes Matthews was suddenly a really important piece for them against the Warriors and played big minutes and played pretty well. But can you really rely on him? Dennis Schroeder, there were questions about him against the Warriors. He seemingly got benched down the stretch of that game as the Warriors were hunting him seemingly on every possession. So there are still some big questions, but none bigger than the health concerns. And I don't think we really saw a convincing win by the Lakers against the Warriors, and really nothing that makes me more confident in their chances to repeat as champions.
Yeah, even though they have a significantly easier road to the finals after last night's win, I agree with Ben. I feel less confident in the Lakers as a true title contender after watching them kind of squeeze past the Warriors. I don't want to take too much from one game against an unusual team that likes to play small with Draymond Green at the five. But the fact that LA had to downsize and play Anthony Davis at center as often as they did is a little concerning to me. Even though AD is awesome at that position, the Lakers were built to play bully ball. So in a way, center is the position that they've invested in more than any other. And are they really going to bench Andre Drummond and Montrezl Harrell and Marc Gasol for significant minutes and then lean on role players who aren't great shooters to win four straight playoff series? Can their defense hold up with those units? LA's victory against Golden State wasn't nothing, but they barely won the game, and they had to bend their identity to do so, which is slightly alarming and could spell their downfall sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, barely winning the game, I think is a perfect way to recall that one. And especially, watching those first three quarters, it seemed like the Lakers were not that invested. There wasn't a sense of urgency as they trailed by double digits. And then there were moments where they would chip away and kind of fight their way back into it, but then they'd slip back down and kind of the Warriors would have their way. And, a couple unfortunate turnovers on Golden State's side seemed to shift the momentum a little bit. And, LeBron getting poked in the eye and deciding to aim for the middle rim on that game winning three really worked out for him. But, you can't depend on that kind of luck night in and night out, especially for a team. And as Ben mentioned, every time LeBron hit the floor, everyone collectively held their breath. He looks like he's coming back from injury. He's not elevating the same way around the rim. He's not elevating the same way on his jump shot. His legs look a little bit worn down. And I think having to fight their way back from a deficit like they did in this play-in game, having that extra game under their belts going into the postseason, and depending how this first round series, the way that they're going to have to continue to put miles and tread on these tires, are they going to be able to continue that momentum? It's going to be an uphill battle.